Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And we're going to start our class now. So keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And also gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Also, while you focusing to the sound mentally, relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to meditation, our main purpose is giving some information for yourself to build up a good foundation. So it is your personal responsibility. Learn this very clearly. Why? Because this is going to become kind of like the great investment for your own life. So then always remember, moment by moment, step by step. So whatever the practice you develop, you have to mainly develop it with the clear understanding. So when there is something you cannot understand regarding the technique, so that is why I am here to help you. But when you keep practice little by little, there is a knowledge going to come to yourself. So that knowledge, that wisdom will help you to uplift the practice. So my responsibility is giving the necessary tools or the informations for you to develop the practice. So your responsibility taking that and practicing clearly, properly. So that is very important. So then remember, when it comes to the meditation, this meditation session mainly we focus to two mental cultures. One is called Samatha meditation, another one called Vipassana meditation. So somehow when it comes to meditation, it means development of your mind, cultivating your mind, matured your mind with recognizing. So when it comes to matured with recognizing, that means developing clear comprehension. So when the perception happen, when things come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, without interfering with your past experience, you come to a point to recognize that all the perception very clearly in that very moment, whatever the experience you go through. So that is what you have to develop. Once you come to that point, from after that, this journey going to become more easy for you. But the important part is how you can develop a mind without interfering from your past experience or the phenomena or the mental formations or the sanskara. How you can experience something. So that's why we develop the tranquility meditation. So we call samatha meditation or samatha mental culture. Another way it called chitta bhavana. So when it comes to that, our mind always need a object. Without the object, our mind cannot maintain in conventional life as like us ordinary people. So then we bring a primary mental object to in front of our mind. Once we have the primary mental object, so your responsibility always just be with that primary mental object. Don't try to go with anything. So whatever come as experience to your inhalation, whatever come to your experience and disturbances, mainly sometimes the mind go here and there. So don't worry about it. The reason is this, because one student asked me, when the mind go here and there, why we should not worry. So this is the reason. So now, because the method of the mind, your mind can have one mental object at one time. It cannot have two. You cannot have two experience at one time. So this is the reason. Now just think. So your mind is here. So now you focusing to inhalation, exhalation, you recognizing. So then suddenly your mind goes somewhere else, maybe to the past or the future or something happened. And then you suddenly recognize. So once you recognize, without spending any second, what you have to do, you have to bring back your mind to the primary mental object. If you spend time, so this is what happening, then your mind go to past or the future, and then you start to think, oh, why this happened to me? See, in that very moment, what happening? Your mind disconnecting from this, and then you start to go looking for reasons, and even you become more disappointed with the practice. So then again and again mind go to somewhere else. So what you have to do, don't look for reasons, because we cannot find the reasons. Forget about meditation or even in day-to-day life. There are things happen, we cannot find the reason. So then when the mind go here and there, don't worry, bring back, suddenly bring back to the center point and stay there. And when you come to the center point here in front of your nose and your upper lip area, and just start to get into the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. So when the inhalation happens, recognize this is inhalation. And when the exhalation happens, recognize this is exhalation. And don't think about it, and don't try to maintain it, and don't try to regulate it, or don't try to make any comments regarding inhalation, exhalation. Simply experience and go with the experience with the recognition. This is inhalation, this is exhalation. So, and when the mind become more relaxed and calm and comfortable with the inhalation, exhalation, and follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, knowingly this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. And sometimes you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, or like that. Just accept it. Important thing is recognizing, seeing, because once you see that itself, that seeing itself going to help you to accept it. So to see, you have to focus. That's why you have to have the intention with the attention to your primary mental object. That is what you have to keep doing. How many times? No time. You keep doing again and again, again and again, again and again. Keep doing. Forget about the time and you look even one single moment. Can you get into the sensation? So if you cannot, don't look for the reason, just keep keep coming and be aware about your posture and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line. And if you cannot find the sensation in the beginning, just move your body a little back and forth and your head up and down and just go with the moment. And once the mind, body and the breathing settle down to one, that's mean when once you come to tranquility state, so from there, we go to Vipassana level. So Vipassana meditation mean insight meditation, or another way it called Panya Bhavana, or another way it called analytical meditation. So in the Samatha meditation, tranquility meditation, what we does, we recognize things as it is. So in Vipassana meditation, what we recognize, we're going to analyze it. So what we experience, we're going to recognize deeply why we experience this. What is the reason for this? So, and what we can find out of this. So like that, we're going to deeply analyze. So then we go with the primary mental object still. But only thing is drop all the details. This is inhalation, this is exhalation, long, short, heavy. So like that, don't go to any details. Just drop everything. And then just stay with the sensation. Just imagine, just see that inhalation happens, exhalation happens. In that very moment that the quantity of that air, which we call inhalation or exhalation, it doesn't know it is inhalation or it is exhalation. We are the one who putting the name on top of that. And at the same time for us, if we don't experience that inhalation, exhalation, we're not going to exist like this. So we put a name on us, this is me. So that when you name as you, see that you putting the inhalation, exhalation, once you have the inhalation, exhalation, and you bring a name to top of that experience and put the name on it. The same thing, once the inhalation, exhalation happen to us, and we put the name on it, and we hold it to the self. Just imagine, in case if the inhalation, exhalation not going to happen, so then you cannot name anything as inhalation or exhalation. And there is no one going to be there to put a name even. So there is a deeper interconnection with this name and form, which we completely neglected. We just clinging and holding, grasping to whatever the outcome. But in the Vipassana level, we deeply go to inside, beyond the name and form, and deeply, thoroughly observe the bottom level of experience. So that is where we get the sensation. So when it comes to the sensation, forget about it is not about inhalation or exhalation or like that. And don't think I inhale or I exhale. So as I mentioned, that how that I arise after the inhalation, exhalation, and it is just the idea. So when you observe the sensation, that sensation always changing. So the inhalation happen in that very moment, the whatever you feel or recognize, and going to change to exhalation. So even the inhalation is not a solid experience. It is a process. Millisecond by millisecond, millisecond by millisecond, all they are when go in, we call inhalation. So that sensation, it's not happening in one point. That sensation keep happening for a while, and then it change to other side as exhalation. So inhalation change to exhalation. So now forget about the name, just get into the change and recognize the change. So recognizing change is the important thing. So it's kind of like one time one of our teacher told us, is you have to be like a mosquito. When you look for the change, you don't look the body, you don't look for the name. So the mosquito only look for the blood. That's it. It doesn't see anything. It doesn't see, oh, this is a high priest, this is a little monk, or like that. Oh, this is the helper. It doesn't care. It doesn't, it just see the blood. So same like in your mind. Forget about all the names and forms and all other the thoughts in your mind. Just see the change. Even sound come. If that sound is stronger than the sensation or disturb to this sensation, don't recognize it as a sound. See the change. Smell come. See the change. And even in this very moment, you're not going to eat anything. So that's what then we can forget about the tongue consciousness or the sensation arise. Any sensation arise in your body. So recognize the change. And even any thought arise, if it is stronger than this, recognize, don't go with the details, recognize the change. Just be with the change. So you just imagine, if you stay 5 minutes in Vipassana, you just see the change. You don't go beyond that. You don't try to categorize it after. So go to the bottom, because the bottom level, this everything change. So you go to the depth and you stay there. And because of that change, what you feel going to different. So inhalation happen, you have the different feelings. And when the exhalation happens, you have different feelings. So unsatisfactory nature. What does that mean? So whatever, when you inhale, you feel so good and relax, your entire body feels so comfortable. So then what you have to do, just recognize it and stay with that. And then when the exhalation happens, and go to that and recognize how the body feel that. So in the beginning, when the inhalation happened, you felt so good, and now and it's not going to be forever. So exhalation happen, it's completely going to change. And when the exhalation happen, you feel more relaxed, comfortable, but it's not going to be forever. And again, it's going to become excellent. So like that. So whatever you feel, it change. And because of change and the whatever the unsatisfactory nature arise, and because of these two things, once you experience, you come to a point to understand why this both happening. Because of no self. Everything happen according to necessary conditions. In between this anything, there is no self-centered experience or self-centered mind. So in the beginning, we practice little bit tranquility meditation, and then we go to Vipassana. So in tranquility meditation, go inhalation, exhalation, beginning, middle, end, and long, short, heavy, soft, like that. In the Vipassana, forget about that, all the details, just get into the sensation, always with the free, clear mind, and just be with the sensation and see the change and unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. So your right palm on your left, neck it straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times and say so Pateva. Oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also, think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and from there we go to later vipassana level and observe just impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness within any sensation. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And when it happens, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Don't try to interfere with anything. Don't try to make anything happen the way you want. Just keep 100% clarity in your mind and surrender to the moment. Keep focus to the inhalation, exhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Knowingly, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. Keep your focus your attention to the sensation and see the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, around this world and universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are pale or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light and expand the capacity. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, the concept of the karma is something important to understand. And because the Buddha is the one who very clearly point out and show us what is this karma and how this is happening. So once you know that, it is important for you to understand the method, and that will bring kind of like a peace and comfort to your mind. So before the Buddha, mostly people used to think that you cannot escape from karma. So in Buddhism, they are saying, Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. So when it comes to the karma, your intention is more important than your action. So according to the intention, the reactions going to come, the results going to be. So in Western world, it's mostly recognized as what you think, you become. So when it comes to this theory of karma, then mostly people think it is something coming from outside. It is somewhere, it's going to come to us. That's why sometimes that we think, oh, the karma going to catch. That means it's from somewhere going to hold. No, you cannot escape from karma. So that means it's kind of like always, drone, camera, it's always behind you watching. So that kind of ideas, many concepts regarding karma. So how this karma happen? So when it come to our life, that as you know, there are mainly three mental formations in conventional life: greed, hatred, and delusion. So we all have that. Until we attain to Nibbana, we're going to deal with this greed, hatred, and the delusion. So that doesn't mean you are bad. So then if we come to like that conclusion, then the whole world is kind of like bad. So it is not like that. So this greed, hatred, and the delusion, in the way we maintain it, and the way we're going to nourish. And out of this greed, hatred, and the delusion, what we take, that going to change our future. So mainly we have like, dislike. So that like, dislike is kind of like a neutral level of karma. If you can say you are like something, you don't like something. That doesn't mean you gaining any karma. But the thing what happening to us, so what you like, what you dislike, unknowingly, secretly deeper inside us, it start to grow. Why it grow? This is the important thing. Why it grow? It grow because of the repetition. Because of you keep doing it again and again and again and again. So that is where you have to be very careful. So what you like, if you like it, is nothing wrong with it. If you don't like something, it's nothing wrong with that. But what you like, if you start to remind it again and again and again and again, what will happen? It start to grow that the desire to take it towards you. And another way, you go towards it with the intention to take it to you. So then itself, it become a struggle. And what you don't like, when you repeat it again and again and again and again, what will happen? The resistance start to become higher. Once the resistance become higher, that also become a struggle. So that is what hurt us. So what you like or what you dislike, if it is become a greed or with the desire, then it's going to create problems. And what you don't like, once it start to become anger, if the resistance become higher, then it's going to become a problem. So that also not going to stop there. And it again and again and again and again develop the intention or the greediness in your mind, and then it become action. So once it become action, that is where that you going to develop your path of journey. And it doesn't matter it's in a good way or bad way. And whatever you like with the action, you start to get into that. And whatever you don't like, you start to resist it, resist. So then that way, you're going to successful. When you keep doing, see that whatever you like, dislike, and you repeating again and again and again, and then what happening? It become higher and the current become stronger, and then the greediness or the anger going to arise, and then it become that greediness become more stronger. It called abhijja. So that when it come to abhijja, that you go even beyond the limit, and even whatever not belong to you, you start to grab from others in that level. You don't care about anyone, and you with the self-centered idea, you start to get it to you. So that is what become the action when it come to the greediness. So and when it come to the anger, and it called the vyapada. So the vyapada means that once you start to make plans, and even you hire people and you put money on it and you try to destroy it, and you start to do a lot of actions. So just imagine in the surface level, like, dislike, it is common to everyone. And then inside your mind, that like, dislike, once you start to repeat, it become greedy or angry. And then once the you start to think, that current become higher through your bodily, verbally, and mentally action, it going to come out. So once it going to come out, that action create many kind of distraction from the outside world. So when the greediness become that action, it called abhijja. And that's mean you go beyond the limit and start to take things from others. And the anger become vyapada. So when that come to the vyapada, it you start to go against others, and you make plans and you use other people to go against things, and then you go with it. So see, in the beginning it's just a thought, and then it develop in the mind, and then come to the action and go to the outside world. So that is how these actions work. So when you do this way, what is happening when you become successful? So with the greed, whatever you take, that also the like, in that path you became successful, what, because you get it. And the anger path, and you become successful when you resist something. If you hit something or somebody, or stay away from somebody, and you get your divorce, or you go out of the place, or maybe you get out of your partner, and then you think, oh, I did this. See, when you like something and then you became happy, oh, I did this. And when you resist and you get the result, and that way also what you think, oh, I did this. That is the idea that you come to. It is kind of like a byproduct of the like, dislike. This I did this. That is what called ignorance. And that ignorance, then you compare. Oh, yesterday, last year, 10 years back, I did it. Or maybe even previous lives, I used to do this. Or tomorrow, I will do this. I'm going to do this. So like that, next life, I'm going to do this. So like that way, see, that whatever the process that you became successful, you hold it to you. So then how the karma happen? So for this both actions, the karma going to happen. Remember, karma not going to happen from outside. Karma happening inside your mind. So when you do something good, as a result of that action, right away, the good thoughts going to be in your mind. That is a karma. So once the thought come to your mind, what you think, you become. So your thoughts kind of like become a magnet, and then it going to pull the outside current towards you. So that is the power of thoughts. So in case if you do action and then there is no thoughts in you, then there is no karma. That's why it called Chetanaham Bhikkhave Kammang Vadami. You do the action without thoughts, then there is no karma. But we hold it to the thoughts and do with the intention, then the karma going down. But the karma is not something outside, the karma inside. So that inside thoughts start to leads us to the result. And the bad things also the same. So whatever we do bad, in that very moment, what happening? Our thoughts going to get disturbed, unhappy, sad, worry, fear. that itself create the situation to get something towards us. So the beginning point of the karma is condition of your mind. So then in day-to-day life, this is the final point. In day-to-day life, remember, whatever you do, mostly we look the outside result, outside situation. No, it's kind of like a people sometimes, they go to weddings and they go with the gift and the birthday parties, so that's why sometimes they're now in invitations they say don't bring any gift. Why? Because you make the gift, the wrapping beautiful and heavy, big like that, in front of everybody you go and give, and everybody see this, something more valuable. And after the wedding, over that every family gathered and, open, it's something, unvaluable maybe, they cannot use it. Why? Because the gift mean not the wrapping. The gift mean what is deeply inside is. So our thoughts always like that. Remember, we more focus to the outside. We do outside things more beautiful. Everybody happy. Oh, everybody appreciate. But deeper inside our heart is something else. Even our mind is far away. We are not connected to that. So then what you have to do? Always remember, more than the action, the deeper in your mind what you hold is important. So then when you make a tea, when you cook, when you do something, remember, purify your heart with the clear, because that is for you. That is for you. And when you cook, when you make a tea, when you clean, when you do something, even, when you help for somebody, when you work for somebody, and you think you do it for somebody. No, you do it for you. So then always remember, whatever the things that you do, anywhere in your life, keep your mind clear. And in that clarity that you in the beginning, you reduce the current of the resistance or the anger, and then it make you comfortable and happy. So that's why in Buddhist practice, the one of the main important thing is precepts. So in that precepts, what happening physically, we detach from unnecessary actions. See, because why? That is where it going to develop the current. And then when sila and the precepts, and then it come to the samadhi, meditation, tranquility state. In that tranquility state, one pointness, undisturbed mind, and we develop the clarity. So in that tranquility state, that's mean you don't do the repetition of your mind. So that is where you get out of the karma. And that is where you reduce the power of the karma. Why? Because you don't repeat your mind. So whatever like or dislike, you don't go with it. You just stay in one place. And once it come to that, and you neutralize that all the whatever the resistance going to build up in your mind as bad or the desire, that both you neutralize. In that very moment, you have only the like dislike. But that like dislike with the mental formations or the sanskara or phenomena, if you don't repeat it, what you like or what you don't like, you're not going to have any kind of disturb in your mind, any kind of current or the desire or resistance in your mind. So you keep that tranquility state. In that tranquility state, your awareness is going to become sharper and clear. In that clarity, you recognize even what you see as like. it also changes. When you see in that very moment, whatever you experience in that very moment, when you see the change, that like, dislike also going to go away. So that is what called vipassana. So sila, samadhi, panya. So the panya means wisdom. Wisdom means what? What we experience always change. So samadhi, tranquility state, undisturbed mind or repetition of mind, we reduce and bring it to calm down one pointness. And the sila means precepts. In day-to-day life, you become disciplined with yourself, with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. That is what your path to develop your liberation. So in this path, always remember the most important thing is what you carry in your heart. It is your responsibility. So that's why in the beginning, as a step, the first step, reduce the resistance or the dislike. So that's mean don't go with that current. And then after that, so the desire also you have to reduce little by little, little by little. So when the mind become matured, you can naturally, you can come to a point, you get out of this both currents. So that's why through the meditation, we try to develop the method. But in day-to-day life, what you feed to your mind, it always you're going to see it in your life. So that's why whatever you like in your life, so what kind of movies you watch, your life going to become that kind of movie. Whatever the novels you read, your life one day going to become that kind of novel. Whatever the songs you listen, your life going to become one day that kind of song. It's going to happen. Keep doing. So then, as a human being, find a good blueprint to your life and keep your mind clear and have a clarity in that mind. Why? Because you're going to experience in your life. So one time, there was a monk and his student, one of his student, brought him as a gift, very valuable, beautiful cup. And every day he drink tea and appreciating and showing to everyone. Oh, and telling, oh, this my, my student brought this cup and like that. And but in his mind, every day he thought, this break, this break. Every day he knew, in his mind, he meditated looking at that cup, this break. That's the first thought he come to his mind when he see that cup. So then what happened? One day there was a new student came and by mistake, and he hit the cup and fell down and shattered and went to pieces. Everybody shocked and thought, oh, today, this monk going to be so mad, disappointed. Why? Because he every day used to tell about this cup, appreciate. But the monk, got the broom and start to clean the pieces. And everybody start to watching and everybody learn the lesson. So remember, that going to happen to our life also. So then always remember, now you know what you think, it going to come to your life. How? This is the method it going to come. So then unnecessary thing, don't think. If you like something, it is okay. If you don't like something, it is okay. But don't repeat. If you repeat, you get into the current. So that is something else. If you go and watch the ocean, watch the river, watch the waterfall, it is okay, it allow. But is what not allow? Jump into the river or jump into the waterfall. It's not allowed. If you want to jump, you have to have necessary equipment. So the qualities for yourself and the skills, profitable skills, once you have, you know how to go with it. So then yourself remember what you like, what you don't like, it is okay. And if you go further and you know that also impermanent, but in conventional life, it is okay. But at least remember, don't repeat it. With that will help you to have the clarity in your life. That clarity will take you to the liberation. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo yajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata cha mehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.